Hi everyone, it's Melissa at imperfectlyvibrant.com. So I'm gonna put this on the podcast, and I hate doing this when I record while I'm walking because there's like background noise and cars and stuff like that. But I've noticed that when I'm walking, it's when my mind is clear. It's sometimes some of the best podcasts that I've ever created. So here it goes. If you're listening to the podcast, I apologize for the background noise, but I just have a lot on my heart to say, and I want to share it with you today. So I was talking to a client the other day, and we were working through the fact that she's trying to create this new lifestyle, right? She's trying to focus on her nutrition, on exercising more. Really, one of her main intentions was to wake up at 5 in the morning and focus on her body, her mind, her soul, create this new routine for herself, because ultimately she knew deep down inside that doing this was going to create more flow in her life and ultimately more financial wealth, right? She has her own business that she's trying to grow and bring off the ground to a level that she wants it to be at. So she knows, she's convinced that waking up at 5 a.m. and doing her mind body self-care practices will ultimately help her have a better relationship with herself, help her have a better relationship with her clients, and help her ultimately step into the wealth that she's ready to receive, right? And I have so been there, my goodness. And the reason why I understand this so much is because I came from not having any self-care practice at all, and I know that a lot of us do as well, right? And the reason why, I remember when I was back in the day, when I was 40 pounds overweight and I was trying to create this new lifestyle, right? I didn't have any fucking energy. I didn't have any energy. For me to wake up at 5 a.m., really? Fuck no. I couldn't even dream of that being the case. And I still don't wake up at 5 a.m. If you're listening and you're like, oh fuck, I don't want to wake up at 5 a.m. You don't have to, right? This was just as my client saw it, what my client wanted for herself. And then what I decided works for me. But you get to decide what works for you, okay? I want to make that really, really clear. But anyways, so I remember when I was, like I said, at a really unhealthy weight and not happy, not energetic, all of this shit, the reason why I didn't have energy and why I didn't want to have the lifestyle that I have now. I wanted to, but I couldn't. I couldn't bring myself around to doing it, right? It's because, have you ever seen this meme that says, before you accept a diagnosis of anxiety and depression, make sure that you're not surrounded by assholes first? The thing is that our environment really, really matters, right? And sometimes, okay, you might not be surrounded by assholes anymore. You might have already gotten rid of all the toxic people in your life. You might be in a place where now you're on your own, you're trying to do you, but you still don't find the motivation to do it, or you have the motivation, but then when the alarm clock goes off or when it's actually time to do it, you still something else always takes over, right? Well, because it may be that voice, that critical voice inside your own head that oftentimes we don't even recognize that she's there. Okay, oftentimes she's the most critical, our own self, who's telling us how dare you have this routine? Who are you to get fit? What's going to happen once you have this fit body and this business that supports you and financial wealth? You're not worthy of that. You're not that person. You don't come from money. You're not someone who deserves that, right? So, and the thing is, we may not even be aware that she's telling us that shit, right? So I walked my client through this. I asked her some coaching questions, which basically was And not everybody's prepared to answer these questions radically honestly, which is something it's really, really just a fucking honor to watch people while we're in session, to watch them be prepared to take the veil off their eyes and be radically fucking honest with themselves. It's such a fucking honor to watch, because I've been able to watch this over and over with people. You may not be aware of this voice, right? You may not be aware that she is being negative or critical or telling you that you can't have what you want, right? And so when you're ready to tell yourself and face the truth, though, like, the thing is that our ego, like you could call it your inner child, whatever wounded part of you, it makes us feel like what that critical negative part of you is true, right? And then when we're trying to like be like, no, that's not true, like, you do deserve a hot body and the fucking business of your dreams and the relationships of your dreams and whatever it is, the wealth and financial abundance that you deserve, whatever it is that you desire, right? Like, it's gonna try to talk us out of it, and we are going to want to listen to that voice that's trying to keep us safe, right? So the questions that I asked her in session is literally bluntly, why do you not want it? Like, what bad thing are you afraid will happen if you wake up at 5 a.m., meditate, go to the gym, or whatever it is you're trying to do for yourself? Again, this isn't because I told her to go to the gym. Like, she wants to. This is what she desires in her life, to wake up at 5 a.m., meditate, go to the gym, okay? Everybody else is different. That's one thing that I teach in my body positive program, which is to move your body in whatever fucking way feels good to you. Don't move your body according to what someone else is telling you, to wake up at 5 a.m. and go to the gym. Bullshit. Like, no, it's up to you what feels good. Because that's how you create lasting change, right? It's by doing like a lasting lifestyle, by doing what feels fucking good, what's fun, what's flirty, what's pleasurable, okay? But first I want to tell you like what I helped her uncover first. So first off, it was like, hey, why do you not want it? Right? She's like, but I do want it. Well, of course you want it. But even deeper than the surface level, I want it. There's this deeper part of us that's like, no, I don't want it, because if I get it, and then this is where all that uncovering comes. Some people might not be ready, right? That's cool. If you want to shut off this podcast episode and be like, no, of course I want it, this is stupid advice, like, go for it, right? Like, the thing is that I'm here to help those who are ready to face the truth, right? And so she was ready to face the truth and really look deeper and within. When you actually reach that level, like, what the fuck is so scary, right? And she was able to determine, and I remember I was able to determine this a while back as well, like, what would be so fucking scary of me having the business of my dreams, clients actually paying me actually helping people. Well, I'll have to actually show up. I'm gonna be judged. I'm gonna be exposed. Like, people in my family are gonna be like, what the fuck? Like, what kind of business do you have? Or, just so afraid of judgment. And like, for her, my client, it was like, well, me getting up at 5 in the morning and actually doing the things that I'm telling myself I want to do means I'll actually be like at my best. I'll actually be I'll be thriving. I'll be my most energetic I've ever been. And I'm like, what is so scary about that? Well, it's no longer comfortable. It's no longer keeping you safe, right? A lot of the times as women too, especially if we've been through like sexual abuse or like, tough situations concerning our body, psychologically, we even, without knowing, like, not on purpose, we even put on weight. Like, you better stay looking a certain way to keep yourself safe so that you won't be raped. And I'm not saying that's you. I'm saying psychologically, unconsciously, we may do that. And I know that I've with like my fitness goals or whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know, I naturally knew that I wanted to feel good, but I also sabotaged myself. Like once I got myself to a certain level, I subconsciously wasn't allowing myself to lose more weight or to, because for me, it's not really weight. Like I honestly, for me, and this is a lot of what I teach in my body positive program, like it's not about the weight, it's about feeling good, feeling healthy, eating foods that feel fucking pleasurable. But then we'll sabotage ourselves, right? Like we'll go eat the thing that doesn't feel the best, and we won't move our bodies when that's what we need. Like instead of moving our bodies in that moment, we won't listen to our bodies, and we'll actually like scarf down a bag of Doritos or do something because, oh my God, like I'm falling asleep, I need energy. So we think we need energy in the form of junk food or sugar, when in reality, like what we really want is to move our bodies, because, you know, as when we move our bodies, that releases endorphins, and that actually gives us energy, right? So a lot of shit like that, like a lot of the things, maybe what I'm saying doesn't make sense. If you haven't taken my body positive program, which I go like way in depth, like for 3 months. So when we want to get to a new level, we sabotage ourselves. This is basically what I'm trying to say. And I know I've made a previous podcast about this. I think it's like episode 4 or 5. Like what happens when we're about to go to the next level? We sabotage, right? We're afraid subconsciously, not like consciously. We're not aware that we're afraid, but we are subconsciously afraid, and we do anything and whatever it takes to not leap to the next level, to not move forward, to not go, right? To not push ourselves, to not do the thing, to not get the thing that we actually want, right? So to tell you the conclusion, because you're probably wondering like what happened with my client. Well, she was able to really get honest with herself, radically honest, and look at the truth and realize that she was actually afraid of success. Like she was, and the same thing with me, like it's happened to me numerous times. When I'm about to go to the next level, I will do anything and everything to sabotage it. And this has happened to me with relationships, with my body, whatever goals that I have had, even in my business, right? Like if I'm about to launch a program, I have done whatever it takes to fuck it up and to like not launch, or to be in the middle of a launch and then like not see it all the way through because I'm like too fucking afraid of success, right? Or like this is why we quit things, right? And then in relationships when everything's like so pretty and like fucking butterflies and rainbows, like I have tried to find ways to create conflict and start fighting with the person for stupid shit, right? Things that I like struggled and healed from the past, like it'll come back up to the surface, and then I'll sabotage the relationship. Right? And we all do this, and you don't even know why you're doing it. Like it's not like you woke up one day and said, oh, today I'm gonna fuck up my life, right? It just fucking happens. But so the thing that I help you do is like actually bring it up to your awareness, like be super aware of what you're doing. Because what I tell my clients is like when you can recognize a behavior, like say if you recognize a behavior in your kids, right? Like, hey, you're doing this, why are you doing it? And then your kid might be like, oh, I didn't even realize I was doing it, right? It's the same thing with you. Like I'll help you look at, oh shit, you're doing this, did you realize you were doing this? And then you'll be like, oh fuck, like, and actually like you're the one that recognizes it within yourself. But anyways, so you're probably asking yourself like, what happens after you recognize the behavior? So after you recognize the behavior within yourself, either one of two things will happen. You'll become super angry at yourself and you'll be like, what the fuck? Like, why am I doing this? Or you may become sad, right? You may start to grieve like the behavior, like why did I have to go through this in the past? Why did this have to happen to me? You know, so there may be some like the hurt, wounded child part of you might need some like soothing, some self-soothing, and like some reminders that you're okay, that whatever happened to you like is in the past, and that you can overcome, right? You can overcome it. So after you go through that, which is something that I guide you through as well, because I understand the process. Like I understand like going through this work is not easy, and I understand like I help you honor yourself and have self-compassion, right? I fucking honor the fact that you're doing this work, and I help you heal that inner child wounded part of you so that you can move forward. So once you get past like all of that like sadness or anger, then what happens is this is the point where you can start to create more of what you want, right? So when you're ready to create more of what you want, we look at like, we dissect every single reason why you think you can't have it, because then this part fucks us up, right? Like, okay, so now you recognize the resistance and the self-sabotaging behavior, and then you healed your inner child, you held your inner child, you helped that wounded part of you feel safe and feel comforted. And then step 3 is now it's time to actually do the shit, like do the action, take the action that you want to take so that you can create the life of your dreams. And then again, we fuck ourselves up right here, because then we believe like all these subconscious fucking thoughts come in and like, oh, you're like, who are you to have this? You'll never be successful, or you won't ever have like the wellness that you wish for. You'll never have the right relationships. Like we start thinking all these things that are not true, and fuck ourselves up again, right? So this is a work. Like whenever I want to reach a new goal or even see a goal through without quitting, I have to do these steps repeatedly. I have to do this work repeatedly over and over and over. I have to, right? So how I, like where you come in and how I can help you go through these steps repeatedly for the rest of your life over and over is I have recorded a program, a course with videos that are basically yours forever. It's 12 videos. It's spread out over 3 months, and every week you have a 90-minute video or 60-minute video with homework, with journal prompts, with meditations, for you to take yourself through this process on your own in the comfort of your own house without me physically being like there to hold your hand, right? Because I believe we all can benefit from having like someone either be our cheerleader, be our support system, or kick our butt, right? Sometimes when we really, really want something and we're like, fuck, like holding ourselves back or self-sabotaging, like we could really benefit from having someone guide us, take our hand, and like guide us through it, right? So this course that I'm talking to you about is called Flow Into Your Desires, and I basically take you through the 12 steps of like having that dedication, the motivation, uncovering whatever the fuck is draining your energy, finding out why you believe you can't have what you want, and also like I teach you practices for getting into emotional, mental, physical, and spiritual alignment. Like, I feel sad today, what the fuck do I do when I feel sad? Or I'm pissed, something happened, how the fuck do I process my anger, right? Like, so it's just a whole compact course to help you become more emotionally intelligent, but also to help you really ultimately like manifest your dreams and flow into your desires, right? Without like feeling like you have to force, push, or feel needy for all the things that you want in your life. Where you can check that out is in perfectlyvibrant.com/flow into your desires. That program is available on my website. If you want to get in now, you can totally reach out to me, message me, and maybe I can help you with a special price or work out something for you. Okay, because I want to get this work into the hands of tons of women who need it, women who want to transform their lives and live the life of their dreams and attract more positive, healthy situations in their life, right? Because I believe that you deserve it. I believe that every single woman deserves to live a life of their wildest dreams. I believe that you deserve that. I believe that you're here to thrive, not just survive. I believe that you're here to be happy, and you're certainly capable of it, right? Sometimes we just need a little guidance. Sometimes we just need a little bit of support, especially if you're a woman who comes from a background with a lack of support. This is something that I have personally overcome, and I could not have done it with my beautiful coach. I could not have done it without her. She fucking opened the path for me for me to get on in this work, and now I'm here teaching it to others. So do not ever underestimate the power of getting support, seeking help, and actually allowing yourself to receive the guidance. Like, it can totally completely change your life. It's changed my life, coming from, you know, not having any supportive people in my life and just feeling really like surrounded by negativity and toxicity and even abusive situations, to totally loving the life I have right now. If you guys have been following along on my Instagram stories or on Facebook at Imperfectly Vibrant, and you know that I am just so fucking blessed to have a beautiful family. I have a blended family. I have 2 daughters, and then my fiance, soon to be husband, has 2 adult sons of his own, and we have just been able to create this relationship from scratch. This might not be even like what you're looking for in your life, and that's fine, right? All I can do is share my own experience and like my own lifestyle and what I've created, and I'm always hoping that inspires and empowers you to like believe that you can have whatever it is that you want. But yeah, we both came from abusive ex-partners, ex-relationships, and our kids, right? Like, our kids saw us struggle, and so therefore they took on that struggle at their different ages that they've been at, right? They're different age. We have like the whole different span of age groups with our kids combined, and we've been able to help them and really help them see things differently. But because we are strong, like we're strong as a couple, we're strong as their parents, and it all started from working on ourselves. Like, we each worked on ourselves individually before becoming a couple. We each dove really deep into our personal development. I went on an intensive journey since 2016. I went off on my own. I was a single mom. I was a single mom for 11 years, and my kid's dad would filter in and out of my life because he wasn't really fully there. But in 2016 was really where I was like completely on my own, and I was broke as a joke, living in a little trailer with no running water, no stove, in a different country in Mexico. And I was able to earn money from home and really get myself back on my feet, right? That could have been the catalyst for me to really go even further down in the dumps, go into addiction or like live on the streets. But, and that's not to say that like people who do struggle with that, like, I get it, right? I've seen addiction firsthand in my personal experience. I've seen it, I've witnessed it. I understand that we all have different experiences and different trauma, and so I'm not like here to say to like minimize anybody else's situation or trauma, but what I am here to say is that I want to help you, or anyone who's listening and watching, overcome anything that it is that you need to overcome, because you are not your diagnosis. You are not what happened to you. You are something so much more. You are pure love, you're pure light, and you deserve to have everything turn around for you, everything improve, and even if you're at a level already where you have overcome so much. I know I have some of those listeners in my audience of you who already have your own business and you're already fucking thriving and you've already like overcome so much. I get you too, right? I get you too, because that's basically like where I'm at, right? Like, I've already overcome so many things and I'm in a really, really good place in my life, but I'm always growing. I'm always expanding. I know my daughter told me the other day, my 6-year-old, she was like, "Mommy, are you still in school?" And I was like, "What do you mean, am I still in school?" She's like, "Well, I saw you like in school the other day, and I was on a Zoom call, and I was like, yeah, well, that's not my school, but it was a workshop. It was actually like a ceremony, a full moon ceremony workshop or something. I was setting intentions with my coach and stuff like that. And she's like, but I thought you weren't in school anymore, because I was doing online school, for a while. And I was like, yeah, no, like I finished school already, mommy, but I'm always gonna learn. I'm always gonna keep learning. Like, for me, I'm always gonna be a student. I was like, so yes, I was in school, and yes, I'm still a student. Like, I really believe that we should never stop learning. I'm never gonna stop learning. I love investing in myself. Anything that I have ever invested in, any money that you ever invest in, that you ever pay someone to help you, even though, like, for now, if it's personal growth and it looks like so intangible, you can't really like hold it in your hand, but if it's personal growth, like, it stays with you forever, and it really, really improves your life. And anything that I've invested, like money that has left my pocket, my wallet, to pay for my personal growth, has improved my life substantially, and it has now made me money, right? Because now I can teach this work to other people. I'm getting that money back in the form of clients thanking me by paying me. And not only that, but I mean, if you don't become a coach to teach personal development, like, you don't have to, right? But you can get better jobs or better positions, because now you're more emotionally intelligent. You can even like attract better relationships. You just attract so much abundance all around, and it could be in the form of money, or it could be in the form of other things, other blessings in your life, right? Whether that's people, relationships, opportunities, traveling, whatever. Like, you just being in a high vibe has no price, to me, in my opinion. Your health, your wellness has no price. You can't put a price on that, right? So all of that to say that you are worthy, you're deserving, you get to have more, you get to go after the life of your wildest dreams. And if you're called for me to be your teacher, I would love to support you. I would love to guide you. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it every step of your journey, whether you're just starting out or whether you're like super advanced and just trying to go to the next level. This is what Flow Into Your Desires can do for you. And if you're like curious about any of the other programs I mentioned, like the Body Positive course that helps you really heal your relationship with your body, and your relationship with food and exercise, that's another really interesting course for you. And I've had students and clients who take my courses back to back. Like, they start with one. I've had clients start with Flow Into Your Desires, and then they're like, oh my God, like, I need to continue to work with you. They worked with me for the 3 months of Flow Into Your Desires. They're like, oh my God, like, what's next? And now they're in the Body Positive course, or vice versa. I've also had clients start with Become a Paid Digital Coach, my course that teaches you like all the steps I took to do what I'm doing now, to be a coach online. And then that one is an 8-week program. So after the 2 months, they're like, okay, like, I need more, right? Like, I want more. Not that they need more to become a paid coach, but they want more like personal development, like more feminine empowerment. So then they've jumped into Flow Into Your Desires, and they're working with me for the 3 months. So I know that a lot of the programs that I offer are like different and unique, and every single program is different. So you can totally like go through all the steps and processes that I have gone through in my life, which were many different things. It wasn't just one thing, right? Like, I didn't just learn like mindfulness and then I was healed. Like, no, I had to learn mindfulness. I had to learn personal empowerment. I had to learn business mindset. I had to heal the relationship with my body, and then I had to also work on my money mindset, which is a course that's coming. So stay tuned for all of that. If you're not in my as a part of Imperfectly Vibrant yet, you can go to imperfectlyvibrant.com and sign up for my newsletter. You'll get emails that are like super inspirational. I never spam you. Everything that I send you is like super nice and it helps you just uplift your day. And then that's where you can also learn about upcoming offers, upcoming programs, and free stuff that I do periodically. So I love you so much. Thank you for listening on iTunes and Spotify. And thank you for watching if you're watching on YouTube or IGTV. I'm at Imperfectly Vibrant on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and iTunes and Spotify. And my website is imperfectlyvibrant.com. I love you. Have a beautiful day.